A long AI conversation gets expensive for one big reason. The model has to keep hold of every word you have said. Upstage, an AI lab in South Korea, just released Solar Open 2. It is a very large open model that reads about 1 million words, a whole shelf of books on roughly a quarter of the usual memory. Solar Open 2 is a big set of specialist subnetworks, and for each word it wakes only a few of them. So, it holds 250 billion internal numbers in total, but only about 15 billion do the work on any one word. So a model this large runs at a small model's cost. The weights are public and free to download, and it is built for real work with tools, code, and documents. That expert setup is not the new part. What is new is how Solar Open 2 handles memory. A model runs each word through dozens of steps, called layers. In a normal layer, to write the next word, the model looks back over every word it has stored so far. Rereading that whole pile each time is what makes long chats slow and expensive. Solar Open 2 lets only one layer and 4 keep that pile. So what are the other 3 doing instead? They keep a small running summary instead. As the model reads, each of these layers holds one fixed size note and updates it with every new word. The real name for this is linear attention. Because that note never grows, these layers store nothing extra per word. That is what lets a million-word context stay affordable. And this note can do 2 things. It can write new facts in and wipe old ones out. Picture a whiteboard you can write on and erase, not a notepad, where you only keep adding pages. That erasing is what keeps one small note useful even after 1 million words, instead of letting it clog with stale facts. Solar Open 2 also drops one thing almost every other model keeps, its position tags. Most models stamp each word with a number for its place in line, so the model can tell the order. Those tags are also what break when you push a model past the length it was trained on. Solar keeps none. It can, because the running summary layers read strictly left to right, so the note already carries what came before. Dropping the tags is what stretches the window to 1 million words. Only 12 of the model's 48 layers still keep that growing pile of words. So, its memory over a long input is about a quarter of a normal model the same size. Every score here is Upstage's own testing against other open models its size or bigger. Solar Open 2 leads a few. It tops MMLU Pro, a broad exam of knowledge and reasoning, at 86.2, and it edges a coding test called Live Code Bench, 92.4 to 92.3, close enough to a tie. On many other tests, 2 larger rivals finish ahead, DeepSeek V4 Flash and MIMO. So, Solar Open 2 holds its own against the strongest open models while being smaller, but it is not the outright leader. These numbers are Upstage's own, the only run of them so far. You can download the weights right now, and the full technical report is on eval. The license lets you use Solar Open 2 commercially, but if you build your own model on top of it, you have to name that model Solar and display the words built with Solar. So these are open weights, not open source. Most of what makes a long AI conversation expensive is the model holding onto every single word. Solar Open 2 keeps a short running summary on 3 of every 4 layers instead. That is how a model this large reads a whole shelf of books at once, on about a quarter of the memory. And you can download it today.